We're up.
Link is in the bio.
Hello. Welcome to today's stream. Sorry, I'm still putting this on Instagram, but yeah. Today we are mixing Letting Go some more. Getting pretty close to done on that, actually. I don't think we'll finish it today, but maybe we can finish it this week. That would be super exciting. So last time we worked on panning, so we got, okay, sorry, I just second guessed myself. I got my mic turned on. Okay, so last week we worked on panning, so balancing left and right channels, moving some stuff to one side or the other. Oh, okay, yeah, I think there was something we were going to do more with panning. Let me grab my notes. Let me grab my notes.
Link is in the bio.
Now I'm going to pull up this stream. Okay, great. Turn the volume down on this one. Okay. So I got my little demo stream there. I am sick right now. If you can't tell, my voice is not at peak performance, but I'll try to talk through this thing anyway. So yeah, we're doing maybe a little bit of continued panning work today, and then moving on to further polishing, I guess. Maybe do like an EQ and compression pass, like a basic effects pass over all the tracks. Try giving the bass some beats. Okay, try splitting tone and strings. Why? What does that mean? Does that mean panning? This is the problem, is I make notes that are not very clear. They mean something to me in the moment, but later I have trouble with them. Tone is... Where'd you go? It's gray, right? I don't... There. Okay, there it is. No, it's blue. Okay. There's tone. And then strings Y. So... Oh, they're both called X now? Whoa, when did that happen? How did that happen? One of them's been called Y for forever, and now they're both called X. That's very strange. Like, very strange. I think that's right. You don't see them anywhere else. Oh, this is Letting Go final arrangement. Rip, I opened the wrong set. Okay. Letting Go. Where is it? Letting Go mix down one. Okay. So we're working on the wrong project. That would explain some things. And tone being blue like that. I'm pretty sure the track is gray in the current project. Okay. So once this gets up and running, check that first. Okay, so these are the notes that I have. Whoops. I have a couple things that have little boxes to check off here. I've got come back to strings Y. Try giving the bass some beef. Compression, question mark. Come back to rhythm piano for pan check. Okay, see, that's clear. Come back to rhythm piano for pan check. And then try splitting tone and strings Y. That's not so clear. I think that means that's a panning thing as well, but let's see if we can find out. Yeah, see, okay, tone is great on this on this one. Looks like we already have split it, perhaps. Yeah, we already have split it. So maybe I just need to listen to it some more and see if I like it. I do like it, actually. My only thought about that is perhaps they could both be alternating, so they could have an auto pan, so they're panning left and right, back and forth, or like this, I guess, and then do it on the opposite. Do it on an inverted curve or whatever. How would you say that? So let's see what that sounds like real quick. And then we can, I guess we can go through these in reverse order. Yeah, let's go through these in reverse order. And then we'll say panning is donezo. And we can move on to something else. We'll find out when we get there. Probably that effects pass. What am I waiting for? Okay, auto pan. Okay. So okay, center it for this. Okay, so right now it's going back and forth really fast. Okay, let's try 2 to 8 bars. I think probably 4 to 8 actually. Let's see. Yeah, no, 4 for sure. I mean 8 at least. It sounds kind of cool by itself. And then phase, I think maybe that, if we do 0 or 360, maybe that will invert. Okay, that's what we do, just invert it. That's easy. Okay, so let's take this and put it on tone. And then see what we got here. So yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, let's see what that sounds like. Okay, is it just me or is that like barely a noticeable difference? That should have been centered. I feel like I can't. They're harder to hear now. Harder to hear. Did I do the right one? Tone? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's definitely easier to hear just like this than it is alternating. But I think the alternating is a really cool effect, but part of the reason I wanted to do it is I felt like if it was all like the distortion of strings X. Oh, we turned them off, but they're both in the center. Okay. Well, that explains a lot. Help me. Okay. Which one was where? It is 4 p.m. and I am waking up right now, it seems like. 18. Am I missing something here? Oh, help! Okay, this one, not that one. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I am having some serious trouble, apparently. Just using my brain at a normal level. At a below average level, let's be honest. Yeah, so now it feels like, well, it kind of feels like one thing is on one side and the other thing is on the other side, which is what's going on. But what I mean is like, you get all the distortion over here and then all the clean stuff over here, and it feels just out of balance. So I think that the autopan thing is a good idea, but we need to maybe boost the volume for some reason. I don't know why this would make it quieter, but maybe just the back and forth is bringing it down somehow. I don't know. This is certainly beyond my level of expertise. Okay, no, yeah, I like that. Shape. Yeah, I think it should be a little bit more like quickly to the other side, not just a long transition. That's what this does. So if you have this all the way down, it's like a total sine wave, sine curve. So it's just like how do I explain that? I mean, it's very obvious, but I don't know how to put this into words. Man, my brain is not working right now. Maybe I'm more sick than I thought. But basically, like, well, yeah, it takes equal time Well, it's at each point in the curve for an equal amount of time, I think, is the thing. So, whereas opposed to like, if you turn it up like this, it stays at the top of the curve a lot longer than it stays in the transition period. So if you have it all the way down, it's equal time transitioning to being at the top, and here it's almost no time transitioning and all the time on one side or the other. So a little bit more towards the square shape here. Spend less time just kind of going across the middle because I want them out of the middle, but I do want them to go back and forth and not just be on one side. I think that's a lot better, but I can barely hear them. I'm hearing little bits, and it's going back and forth, which I like. I like hearing a little bit of distortion over here, and then a few seconds later, a little bit over there. But I'd like to hear them a bit more throughout, as opposed to just like hearing bits of them here and there. Although it's kind of nice to hear them just kind of poke through once in a while, but I think I want to turn them up a little bit. So what should I do? Should I do it on the track or slap yet another utility on there? I think I'll do it on the track because we got plenty of room, right? Yeah, we got a ton of room, looks like. So let's do 3 dB and start there. So minus 4.8. And this one, oh, that's easy. Minus 10.5. All right. Strings wise over here. Over here now? Yeah. I think I was a little early. I'm going to listen for a tone. Strings wise, easier to hear, but let's listen for, well, I'm going to listen for a tone. Oh yeah, I can hear it in there. I'm gonna try and turn up a little bit more. Too much. Never mind, I'm gonna leave it where it was. Alright, we're calling that done. We're calling that done right there. That's good enough. Okay, praise the Lord. One more down. So let's see. Got an orange mechanical pencil today. Come back to strings Y. Nope. Try splitting tone in strings Y. Okay. Yeet on them. There we go. Oh, help. All right. Yeah. Right? Yeah, okay. Not quite on, but close enough. Come back to rhythm piano for pan check. I like that note. That is very, very clear in its intention. So, rhythm piano. Full pan check. Oh, to the right? Huh. What was the thought process there? Okay, I think I remember this. So, the way these piano samples work, or this one works anyway, is that it's got a sample for every key on the keyboard, and then samples for different hardness. So, a sample for the bottom key played softly, and then a little harder, and then a little harder, and really hard. And it might have like, I don't know, like up to as many as, I don't know, 8 different, I would guess like 8 different hardnesses sampled. So then depending on how hard you play or program it to be played, so you can either play on a piano and record that input. If you have weighted keys, it'll read how hard you're pushing, or you can program it into the MIDI clip itself. And depending on what you do in either of those scenarios, it'll play a softer or louder sample. So another thing that they have is the lower keys on the keyboard are automatically panned kind of to the left, and the higher ones more to the right, to make it sound like a real keyboard, because the lower keys on the left, and vice versa. But that being said, that being the case, if you have a piano on a track, and the track is playing all left-hand stuff, it's going to sound like it's to the left. So if you're playing low kind of harmonic chords, like supporting chords for your song, they're going to sound like they're to the left, and you might not want that. In this case, they're kind of the main so that's one of the things we went over is guitars in rock songs and metal songs. We listened to some of that a while ago. I just heard a crazy harmonic in my voice. It sounded weird, but I feel like there's like a level my voice is doing, making that pitch at some point when I'm talking low. There's just like a really high part in there because of the distortion or whatever. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, sorry for getting sidetracked so much. Okay, so we talked about guitars in rock songs and how they're usually panned, or very often panned, hard left and hard right at the same time. So you have the track, like 2 tracks of the same thing, panned hard left and hard right, to give you a really full sound, while leaving room in the middle of the song for the vocal and the kick drum and stuff like that, and the bass. So you get this really full, heavy sound without clogging up the middle of the song. So in this song, the piano is kind of serving the place of guitars in a rock song, or like chords in a dubstep song, like I was trying to think of an example, and I was like, well, I could play one of my songs, and I was like, I don't want to play one of my songs, let's play someone else's songs. And I was like, I just brain farted for way too long on that. No, let's do something like like the chords. Well, this is kind of all, this is like a wall. Born is like sort of like a wall of sound. Future bass might be a good place for like a comparison for chords. I have one song here. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so those chords are kind of like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like the main, it's not a lead instrument. It's not playing a melody, but it's the main chord instrument, I guess you could call it. That works. So anyway, that's what the piano is. So I don't want it to be off on one side. I want it to be either central or kind of wrapping around. So I do that and it does nothing. I try to clear my throat or I cough, and it's just like my voice sounds exactly the same and feels exactly the same. It's like a carrot on a stick there of relief. Relief being the carrot being relief. Yep, nope, still there. Okay, So that's probably what I was doing. I was trying to balance. I was trying to bring, since the piano sits over on the left, I was trying to bring it over towards the middle by panning it to the right. So let's see if that worked or how it sounds. Oh, rhythm piano? That's not a big deal. No, that one's not. Okay, so I went on that whole explanation for apparently no reason. Because I'm not doing the chord piano, I'm doing the rhythm piano. The chord piano is the one that's like that chord element that I was talking about. I spent so long trying to explain. That's this. And that is hard pan right and left. How did I end up doing that, by the way? 40 right. 40 left. Okay. Just leave it at that. Yeah, it does sound like it's leaning a little bit to the left, but that's okay. Actually, let's try that real quick, see how that sounds. Yeah, to my ear, it sounds more balanced at 45 for the right. Again, because the sample itself is automatically panned to the left, so I need to push it a little bit farther than the left track to get it equally far to the right as the left is to the left. Hope that makes sense, but... Okay, so that's done. Not touching that again. But this is kind of like... I remember thinking this. I could be wrong, but I remember thinking that this was right in the middle. The part that this is playing, not that lower note, but like the main. This part here. This part here. Oops. This. It's like right in the middle. It's like right in the middle of the keyboard. Let's test this out, actually. You can't see my keyboard because it's a mess over here, but just trust me. Let me figure this out. Yeah, that's slightly left, but it's pretty much right in the middle of the keyboard. So yeah. Oof. That is indeed what the conclusion that I came to, I think. What does this sound like? What does that sound like? On the stream, what does that sound like? I'm very curious. Okay, anyway. What does that mean? So back to this. It sounds like... Yeah, okay. So no, yeah, it's definitely a little bit left of center if you leave it alone. But that sounds pretty far to the right. For the higher stuff. Okay, I think that's a little bit too much. If I'm trying to get overall the thing to be centered, it's a little bit too much. But let's listen down here. Sorry. My neck is struggling. Feels like it wants to pop. But anyway. This is like all over here for me. Wait, I didn't say that. Hold on. Is this thing auto panning? No, because I hear a little bit over here too. But yeah, no, it's mostly on the right side for sure. Then the question is, okay, so I need to come back to what the goal is for this. Where do I want it to end up? Seems at some point I wanted it to be on the right, but why? Because I get not wanting it in the center, but why the right? What else is in the mix that's more to the left? Is it this? No. Didn't pan that. That's interesting. Having that just right in the center. I think it works out okay, probably. I might want to split that, though. Oh, that's what I meant! Splitting tone and strings Y. Oh. That's what I meant. Since I used both names, since I wrote down both strings Y and tone in the same thing, I thought it meant split them from each other, but it meant split each one. I'm sure that's what it was, which means duplicating tone and duplicating strings Y and hard panning one right, one left both times. So then, right, because that's one of the things that I worked on last time was making kind of this wide sound. So like the what was it, the widest? The OG pads are pretty wide. These ones are super wide. I think these are the widest. Yeah, these are all the way right and all the way left. So the pads here. That's all the way out to the sides. And then what was the next thing? The piano, maybe? Yeah, I think the piano was the next thing. That's just in from that a little bit. And then I don't remember what. But yeah, so we just like had things coming in closer and closer, and then of course the kick drum and the bass in the center. So that's what I meant. I like it though. I like the auto panning sound that we came up with today. Now I'm debating, is it worth it to go and do what I said I was going to try doing? Yeah, I actually think I like that better than having them just... But I can't know for sure. I like it better than I like the idea of what I think they're going to sound like. Okay, but this will be pretty easy to do though. So what we do is we just turn these off, both, and then pan not too much, perhaps 20. Shall we say 20 for the strings Y and 30 for the tone, or tones, as we will now make them. Okay, 30 and 30. Yeah, okay. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh yeah, of course, they're gonna be really loud at first. So I have to guesstimate how much I want to turn them down. Let's just make that, definitely make that a utility, because we can switch it on and off then, instead of readjusting this over and over. So let's just say minus what? I'm just kind of guessing here, but -5 on each one. It's pretty good, but it's not enough. -7. That might do the trick. Okay, no, -6. You know what? My gut was 6 at the start, believe it or not. And I was like, nah, it's probably too strong. Do 5. And it's 6. Right? Nope, it's not 6. It's 7. 7's better. Maybe 6.5, but I'm not getting that in depth right now. So -7. Yeah. Oh wow. So this one's boosting about 7, and then we're gonna minus about 7, but it's about, so might as well just do it on a different one. It's not quite exactly 7, so better do it this way. Better do it this way. I was gonna say better safe than sorry, but that doesn't really apply here. Okay. And I don't like it. Well, good thing we did it though, because now we know for sure. Praise the Lord. Onward. See ya. I'm yeeting that guy into oblivion right now. Let's yeet this fella as well. Bye. Okay. Bing. Okay. Now, where were we? Rhythm piano? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think for this little interlude here, I want it to be about in the middle. What do I want? Do I want it in the middle? Like right in the, like balance, so like say the lowest note on the left, the note that's played in that track that's the farthest to the left, and then the one that's the farthest to the right, find the middle point and then put that middle point in the middle of the stereo image. I could do it like that, or I could do it natural, which is going to be slightly leaning to the left. But it's going to sound like a real piano more. It'd be cool if you could have like a centering, something like that, like a stereo centering plugin or editing option or something. So like in Photoshop or something like that, if you have Illustrator or whatever, if you have, in a lot of programs, if you have visual programs, if you have a layer, an image, whatever, say, especially if it's like a square, you can like drag it and snap it to the center. It'd be cool if you could snap a stereo recording to stereo center based on whatever's playing, whatever plays the first to the right, whatever plays first to the left, whatever the middle point is, snap that middle point to the stereo middle. That would be really cool. I don't know if there's anything like that. There may be something like that. Sure, I'm not the first person to think of that, but it'd be cool if there's like a plug-in for that or something. I think that's what I want, but I don't know how to find it exactly. That sounds pretty good, actually. It sounds pretty centered. We'll compare that again to the original. I feel like it does something more to the sound, though. Like something is lost somehow when that happens. Shoot, I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna leave it natural. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna leave it natural. I'm gonna leave it natural. Okay. That was easy. Let's check that off. How'd we do? Yes, good. I have to watch my little demo window over here. Here, I'll get ready for an endless mirror or whatever. It's like a mirror. It's kind of like looking into mirrors on the opposite side of each other. Yeah, just see the same thing going on forever. Yay. There it goes. It's very small, probably not even really visible. But, oh, here, now it will be. Yeah. Watch those mouses swirl into oblivion. Oh, there's some weird echo going on here with the full screen thing. That's very strange. Okay, enough of that. What was the point I was making? Why am I doing this? Man. Yeah, so when I was checking it off in my notes, I always look at that little demo screen, but there's such a delay that I have to like hold it up there for a minute and then wait till I can see it, and then I do it because it takes a minute for me to see it. Anyway, this is not important. Try giving the bass some beef. Compression question mark. Roger that, I think. Okay, yeah, I remember that. There's no EQ on any of those. That's fine. Compression. Let's see what that adds. Let us see. I just want loudness. Oh my, that takes away a little bit of the attack, which, duh, but should have thought of that. At times I felt like the attack on the bass is a little bit too punchy, but Yeah, that does add a little bit of thickness to it. I don't know why. I mean, I kind of get why, but there's just not a lot of dynamic variation there to work with. I would think. I mean, if you hear the sound. Oh, there is a sidechain compression. I don't want to compress that necessarily. So sidechaining is a very, 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 very common technique, pretty much ubiquitous, where you take a compressor. Well, the fact is, you turn the volume of an instrument down every time another instrument plays or gets loud or whatever. So the most common way it's used is with kick drums and bass, because you don't want those to be fighting with each other because they're both kind of low end instruments. So you set it up so that when the kick drum hits, the volume on the bass will go down for a second and then come back up. Just kind of so that it gets quiet right when the kick plays, so that they don't compete as much. But then that can also be used on like chords and stuff for like well, here I have an example of that in one of mine. Towards the end here. All right. That pumping sound. You know, so when the kick hits, the volume's being reduced and then coming back up and then reducing again. And you can change the envelope for that, so you can have it. That pumping sound is if you have it go down really fast and come up a little slow, so it snaps down to quiet. So you know. Yeah. Anyway, so that's side chaining. So if I put a compressor on that, I'm worried that I'll be squeezing those dips that the side chain is causing and making them less prominent, which I don't want to do because I want them to be in there. So maybe I should compress before the side chaining. That will have an effect too, but wow, it does sound a little bit beefier. It's like magic. Just like a little bit though. Just like a little bit though. Just like a little bit though. It's just like a little bit. No, wrong, incorrect. I don't want that, it's too muddy, but let's see. I actually kind of like that. Hold on, let me turn these, group these together and compare. Yeah, that's like right on the line of just not being worth it, but I think it might be worth it. I don't know though. It might not be something that we're going to try to do right now. We are trying to do it, but I mean, what else can I do? Yeah, I don't know. I need to do some referencing real quick here. I need to balance the volume. Hold on. I feel like my bass is quiet. Oh yeah, no, now it's not. Yeah, I think I planned to get to that. Because, okay, so I've got this bass here. Then I've got this one that comes in. Which is like the same sound, but just the high end of it. But when you play them together, it gets a lot bigger. Even here before it's all the way come in. Then if anything, I feel like this is a little too loud. We've already done levels. Come on, bruh. Sounds fine there. Well, hold on a second. Yeah, no, the bass is definitely louder on that one. Which doesn't mean mine has to be the same ratio of bass to everything else, but I like the way it sounds on that one. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I'm not don't second guess. Don't second guess. Don't do it. And I'm gonna say no on the beef. Am I? Yes. I'm gonna say no to the beef. No beef. Squash this beef right now. Hello? Did I already squash the beef? Did I already squash the beef? Looks like I've already squashed it. Yep, alright, beef squashed. Alright. Prep thyself for a little check mark there. Oh, it avoided the try giving and come back. It avoided those words entirely. Praise the Lord. That was a very lucky stroke. Try giving the bass. I'm praising the Lord for it, and then I'm saying it was lucky. Come back to strings Y. Okay. Oof. That moment when you are a dumb human. Come back to strings Y. Strings Y. Why? Why come back to strings Y? EQ, that's what it was. But no, they're fine. I'm gonna check that off right now. I'm not worried about it. And besides, we're gonna do an effects pass, I think, next anyway. So, ching. That was brutally bad. Okay. So that should cover everything. Halfway through the time that I think I'm gonna have for this today. Now what? Man, I just feel like going to bed right now. I'm so tired and sick, etc. I'm not trying to complain. It's weird. I'm just like I'm not trying to complain. I'm just complaining. Like I'm not trying to complain, but watch Midtown. I was like, why am I looking at pictures of burritos right now? How could that possibly be related to? Are those burritos? No, that's that's a burrito. Yeah. Indian foods? That's kind of a burrito. That's a sandwich. That's not a burrito at all. Holy land. Oh yeah. That kind of food is one of the best kinds there is. Let's be real. Mix down. Well, let's be real. Okay. Final mix down checklist. Final mix down checklist. Checklist. My checklist is checklists. Because I'm a procrastinator. Step 1. Wait. Okay. Man, I'm so out of it right now. My brain is so slow that I saw this vacuum cleaner and I was like, wait, I'm on the wrong page. It's just a metaphor for... A metaphor? Is that the right word? For cleaning it up. But I just freaked out. I was like, whoa, I gotta go find something else. This is right. Make sure the master bus has no effects or limiting. Okay. Yeah, okay. It has effects, but they're turned off. And I will delete them when I export the track. I should probably remind myself to do that. I'm gonna make an extra big check. Clear. Master. Oof, that R is just at export. All right, great. Organize, rename tracks. Yeah, okay, not doing that right now. Reference, have for example track. Yes. Volume, adjust volume to allow headroom. Use yes. Clear and EQ. Okay, yeah, that's probably what I wanted to do next. Even though I have EQ on a lot of the tracks, I don't think I did all of them. Stereo image, we did that before. Expression, priorities, make the important aspects stand out. Unique sound, add character with harmonic, exciting, and effects. Just remember that with effects, less is more. Okay, this is a good list. Help build and grow the song with your mix. Use effects and dynamics to add movement. Wow, this is a really good list. Double check on different systems. Try listening, yeah. Listen carefully. Look back through the tools for balancing a mix. Make minute changes as needed. Headroom. Man, this is a really, really good list. By Subaqueous. Who wrote this? Because this is really good. This has some real... There's some artistic experience in here talking. That's really nice. Really like this. Some of these lists are they just don't have that element to them. Godzilla right now. I don't know. Doesn't sound right. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, clarity and EQ. We're gonna do that. Circle that. I would if I could. But I'm not good at streaming, so I don't have anything set up for that. But yeah, so let's do that. EQ, just go through everything. I'm gonna bookmark this. Do I have a folder for music? I've had so many music bookmark folders that are just ended up not sticking around. Okay, music production. Just pop it in there and we'll come back to that later. Next time we stream. Because this is good. And we're not going to finish all this right now. Clarity and EQ. Use EQ to carve out room for all your instruments. Use high pass and low pass when needed. Man, I don't know why. It's just something about, like, it's so... Like, he doesn't leave anything out. And it's concise. And it's, like, the technical side of it, like, things you should do because they're good ideas. But it's also, there's this... He has this layer of, like, the story thing and just the order he does. I don't know. Just very... I feel like it's very on... It's very on point. That's a little silly sounding. I don't think it's technically redundant, but it feels redundant. Okay, so EQ. Bruh. 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 I haven't EQ'd this at all? Bruh. There's no EQ on that? Wow. 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 Owen Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, yeah, we can low pass, high pass a lot of this. Okay, so here's before. After. Yeah, well, it doesn't sound better by itself, but that's not the point. The point is for it to sound better in the mix. The thing about piano is, like, the piano as an instrument just has so much information across such a wide frequency spectrum that if you start trying to pick out parts of it, it starts sounding bad really quick, which makes it kind of hard to work with because it takes up so much space. But if you start trying to work on it, it just starts sounding bad. I'm just gonna leave it right there for now. And yeah, I'm gonna do sound good EQs right now, sound goodizers. Now I'll come back and make sure everything's balanced. Oops. Where did I put that over here? Yeah. Well, I need one anyway. Okay, we don't need any of this, right? I want to come down a little bit because it does get down there eventually. Towards the middle. Okay, yep, I was just checking to make sure nothing went down below that because we don't want to cut off stuff that's important. Now, so a little boost. Well, see, here's some more of that problem because, like, with this one, with the first one, it's only playing a few notes in a very short, very narrow range. So I can boost one little area and make it sound better. But this one is more. This just does a lot more areas. So I can just kind of boost the general middle area and see how that sounds. Okay, yeah, it does sound better. I'm going to leave it at that right now, like I said. I'm just going to go through and put sound goodizer EQs wherever there aren't any. Dude, I can't put it there for this one. But so it's going to require a different EQ for this part. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little harder. Because I have to think about this. Like, what do I want to bring out of this sound? What's the point of it? What's the point of this? What am I looking... Okay, now I see the... You know what? Now I get why I was... I wanted to come back to this pan check. Because it doesn't sound good in the middle for the later part. So I think what I'm going to do is duplicate it. And do that. And then get rid of... Have this one just be for that interlude. Get rid of that. Just call this interlude piano now. Whoa, hey. Whoa, whoa, hey. Whoa, hey. And this didn't delete. Why? I must have been pressing the wrong button. Let's call that. Call it interlude piano. The other one will just leave rhythm. Interlude. Piano. Interlude. You know what? I'm just gonna go. Take those vowels out. Interlude. Yeah, there we go. So it'll all fit. And now for this, I want to try panning back and forth. Actually, no, I want to do this twice. And try doing something like this. Pan one pretty hard to the left, pan one pretty hard to the right. And then do on and offs with it. So let's see. Okay. So every other one turned off, and then do the opposite for this one. Okay. So zoom out. Okay, good. Yeah, let's go like this. Here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so now if we play these back, should alternate back and forth, right? Great. I'm not 100% sure about this, but maybe if we make it reverbed. Oh. I feel like the left boy is louder than the right boy. I really like how that sounds, but it seems to change the... I feel like it sounds weird. Like I like having it go back and forth. I really like that, but it changes the sound of the piano somehow, I think. Wait a second. Hold on. Something's going on here. Oh, here's a thought. Yeah.
Can you help me kill a Wizrub?
A Wizrobe?
Yeah.
In a while. I'm gonna stream for another 40 minutes probably. Yeah, I'm going back farther than I need to because I wanna get into the mood of it and then hear what it sounds like without the rhythm piano. That was kind of a roller coaster. First, I was like, I missed it, and I was like, well, do I just miss it because, you know, I'm used to it? And then, like, about here, I was like, oh, this is better without it. And then this part, I was like, I don't know. Started to doubt it again, think maybe it should come back. But there's nothing else going on in this part, piano-wise, except, well, besides the chords. So that may be why. I just thought it feels a little empty, but so I'm gonna try turning that on with everything. Definitely not right. because I don't think the back and forth is gonna work. Sadly, that was really cool, but I just don't think it's gonna work. So it's back to original or not at all. Yeah, I think it needs to be in there. Yeah. We'll just EQ it then. Yeah, if anything, let's just, if anything, I say that a lot, I feel like. If anything, I think let's pan this one. Do a left and a right. Do them pretty close. Alright, I'm gonna leave those there for now. That was good though. That was worth it. We got to a good place with that. This is EQ'd already. Yeah. Significantly. We could pass again though with that. The problem is So let's Bebo has a ear infection. I don't know if he has a technically an ear infection or not. I think it's maybe a sinus infection. But both of his ears are clogged, so he's like practically deaf. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the door anyway. Anyway, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna go ahead and close the door. Yeet. Okay. So this should be good. I think that is good. I think I might have made it a little too loud. Let's see what that sounds like with that off. Yeah, definitely louder. I like the sound a lot though. So let's try a couple dB. Ding dong. That's what we need to do. Alright, restore that. And that. Oh. Don't want to undo too far here. Okay, good. So here's what we can do. We can put a utility in here. And turn that down. I have so many utilities now. Turn that down. What do we say? 2.5. Sounded good. Per track. Oh no, not plus. Minus 2.5. Group that together with that. Hello. I thought I shift clicked that. Shift clicked that. That sounds so wrong when I say it. Shift click. Shift clicked. I shift clicked. I don't know why it sounds so wrong to me. That's the right thing to say, but it just sounds like I need another id in there. Shift clicked it. I want to say I shift clicked it. I shift clicked it. Okay. And minus 2.5. And now compare that to the other old volume. Wow, yeah, that's like dead on. Is it making that much of a difference? Okay, yeah, I feel like it definitely is, but is it a good difference? Yeah, I think so. You know what? I don't think so, actually. Nope, I don't think so. Because part of the... This is tricky, because this is part of the thing about mixing your own music, is that you get so used to your own song after a while that you don't want to change it at all. Or changing it at all feels weird sometimes. And this is one of those cases where I feel like that's changing the sound too much. Like it's losing some of its kind of dullness that I like. I feel like these can be... think these could maybe be compressed a little bit, but I'll come back to that later. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and probably do a compression pass and everything as well. So let's just leave that for now. I don't think it needs any more EQ. There's a lot of these in this song. A lot of these sounds that I've split up across multiple tracks. So I've got the sound going back and forth left and right, and then the same sound slightly less left and slightly less right and lower volume, and then the same sound no, just the delay and reverb for that same sound. But I want to affect all of them the same way, probably, so I'm going to have to just copy and paste. Decide if I like that or not. It's changing it a little bit. It's making it sound a little bit cleaner, I think, but I don't know. I feel like pretty much anything at this point is going to be very subtle. You're just V-shaping it a little. It does sound better. Yeah, I think that's nice. Now this guy's talking about use EQ to carve out room for all your instruments. I'm not doing that right now. I'll use high pass and low pass when needed. That's something I need to remember to do with this pass, though. I can't do that on this pass, even if I don't do the other thing. So I already have this. No, that's fine for these. I already have that on the other EQ. I'm kind of just going through and boosting the stuff I like right now, not carving out stuff. Okay, there's nothing to EQ there. It's just very, very limited. I tried EQing this. Oh yeah. I think that one's gonna have to stay where it is. I feel kind of silly right now, but a lot of this stuff, it turns out I have. Or yeah, I have EQ'd a lot of this stuff, but not from the carving perspective. Let's see. Yeah, this stuff is all good. Yeah, I'm probably good on that. Yeah, good on that. Okay. This. Let's find our kick. Center. Spectrum. There it is. Man, I can't read. 70, 130. Yeah. 72, 130. Let's try dipping those out a little bit here and see what we get. 72. And Q up. And gain down. Yeah, I think that's good. Is there anything else I want to do with this? Yeah, that's good. Sorry, I'm not talking much right now. I just don't know what to say. Need to work on that. Okay, tone. EQ in this. No, I'll leave that alone. Neopad. Yes. Oh, we already did. I think that's good, but let's just pop a high pass on that as well. That might be good to do to strings Y. Psych. It's already been done. This we might see a difference here with EQ. Not a lot to work with here. Maybe just cut out in the middle where there's not much going on anyway. Definitely a high pass. That top part. Yeah, that's good.
I'm afraid this just isn't working.
No. No, don't do that. Okay, I guess we're good now. Wow, we're not doing a whole lot with that. Turns out I already had done a lot, but. So basically we just went through and saw if we could do any enhancing with EQ, but now we got to do some balancing with EQ, carving out places for sounds and other sounds. 12 minutes left. I'm going to cut this off at 6, so. Trying to think how to go about this, because you have to. We could go sound by sound. So lead piano. And think, what is that? What would that be conflicting with? Snare pads. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let's see. Let's solo the snare and then see what it sounds like. Goodizer, sound goodizer. Maybe not. It might be fine with this. Let's see. $350-ish. Just kind of this whole 200 to 400 range is like where the meter head is hitting. Let's see what do we got here. Well, we can cut that a little bit. Wow, yeah, you can hear the snare a little bit better. Yeah, definitely. The beefy part of it too, which is great. Alright, let's try it with the pads. This time we're going to be focusing on bringing out the piano. So let's see. Let's pull out a Spectrum for this as well. Like 700 to 1K kind of looks like our area there. Specifically 926-ish, 783-ish. 701. Yes, it's 7 to 950. 7 to 1K. 7 to 1K. 700 to 1K. And then let's check out our pan. See what we. My brain is not working. See what we have over here. Yeah, just a wall going up there. So let's go. Oh, 3 is right at 1K. Let's put that at 700, 800, 900, 1000. Like 850. Right in the middle. And just bring it down a little bit. Yeah. So if I do that to the pads, the piano comes through a bit clearer, I feel like, but I think it's a little drastic. I'm going to turn both of these just up a bit there. Three up a little, even more. A little bit. Wait a second. We already are kind of cutting that over here. This one just moving it back a little. I feel like this needs to come down a little bit now. Nah, I take it back. Okay. So there's that. Let's see this here. Well, what? Okay. Put an EQ somewhere. We'll figure that out later. Okay, yeah, so what would this be conflicting with? Basically pads. That's all there is, really, pads. I don't think we need to worry about this one as much. If anything, we need to worry about this one cutting through enough, and that'll be done just with volume and maybe some saturation. Do we have saturation on there? Might be a good thing. It's probably fine without it, but let's just try it. Yeah, I do like that actually, just a little touch. Just a little touch, just a little sharper. Okay. I'll leave that there. Okay. No, this one maybe. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point with this. I don't think that's worth it. This part's tricky for me. When I did Where We Belong, I feel like in a way I did the best job with EQ on that song because it was my first time doing it. So I was just, reading a lot about it and studying a lot and figuring it all out. And I don't know what happened, but my understanding of it has kind of gotten... Because back then, too, like, I was, like, learning what the right thing to do is and doing that. I also had a lot fewer tracks to work with, and things are much clearer. This song, it's a little harder because there's just so much that's kind of the same in it, frequency-wise. A lot of pads and stuff, and a lot of washed-out sounds, so it's a little trickier. I feel like Where We Belong, though, the EQing is just really, really good on that one, for the most part. I don't know. I think my newer songs sound better for sure, but there's just something about that point in the process of learning how to do this where it felt so much clearer what I needed to do, and now I don't know how to explain that exactly. I just feel like it might just be this song. I just feel like it's less clear. I think it might just be this song. A lot of my later songs are a lot simpler. A lot simpler. Just fewer elements. I think even when I finish them, I'll have fewer elements. Oh, it's not called that. The problem is I wrote this in Japanese and I don't know how to write that in Japanese. Well, I don't know the kanji. I did it in kanji and I don't know what the kanji are. Okay, this will work. And even if I knew what the kanji were, I would know how to type them on this keyboard. This is it. Yeah, I think it's just a specific song, honestly. Just what I have. Like I said, there's so many pads and so much kind of big, wide sounds. That's harder to carve it all out and make it sound super clean. I don't know, though. It's like it's hard for me to focus almost. Just like, it's kind of because I'm sick, but also just, I've gotten to this place before where we're trying to EQ this song where it's just like, almost like there's too much to do, and that might be like what I'm saying where it's the song, because there's so many pads that it's kind of intimidating. But think it's actually sounding really, really pretty good. I mean, certainly if you compare this to the to the final arrangement, let's see. Letting go. Let's see an older version of this. Rough mix? Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I mean that's night and day. Listen to that. Oh yeah. So much better. Praise the Lord. So much cleaner. I feel like I like the pads being a little bit louder, which they are in that demo, so maybe I can turn them up a little bit. But okay, anyway, I'm trying to focus. It's just, I don't know why it's so hard. Use the EQ to carve out room for all your instruments. Use high pass and low pass when needed. Yeah, I think it's time to move on from that. I want to get better at this. Just, well, yeah, but I mean, I feel like part of it has to do with my process. I think I'll be able to, as time goes on, get better at preparing, at doing things in an order that makes this part easier. Because also, since I'm doing all of it, since I'm mixing and mastering as much as I can, as much as I know how, I do that in quotations because people, like mixing engineers, mastering engineers, could do way better than me. So I feel like, am I even really doing it? Yes, I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it as well as someone else might. But anyway, regardless, since I'm doing all the processes, which kind of require a different mental state for each one, you have to have a different focus for each one. Since I'm doing all three of those, I tend to kind of mix in elements of the three different stages: production, mixing, and mastering into each other. So while I'm producing, I'm kind of mixing, and that's fine, but the way I have done it has been so hasn't been considerate of the later stages. Like when I'm producing, I'm not thinking about making it easier on the mixing part, which I don't think I should focus on that too much to the point where I like limit myself creatively or anything like that. But I think I can definitely do more to make it easier on myself when I'm mixing and just keep it cleaner and organized better and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. I can do better at making it easier for myself at the later stages of the song creating process. So that's part of my struggle here. But anyway, stereo image, we did that. Balance, yeah. Priorities, expression, yeah. Okay, cool. Make the most important aspects stand out. Ask yourself what is important in the mix and let that guide you. All right, well, it's 6:07. And I've kind of been doing this the whole time, but we can go through this and just think about it next stream. I may stream tomorrow. I really want to finish this and get this put out. The thing about that is, once the songs are actually done, it's going to take like 2 weeks minimum to a month to get the album out, because I have to make album art. I have to go through the whole distribution process, which is long. Also, since I'm doing an EP, I'm going to want to make CDs for this one, I think. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that, do research on that. Yeah. So I'm going to try to finish the songs this year and then get the EP out within the next month or two. That process should go a lot faster. The music is harder for me than the getting it out part. Once it's done, I'm just excited about it. And so it's just like, okay, what do I have to do? Check. It's like, okay. When I'm creating it, it's like, What do I need to do? I don't know. What sounds good? It's kind of up in the air more. I'm not as good as being like setting deadlines and finishing tasks when I'm in the creative part of it. But once I'm done with that, it's like, okay, how do we get this out? Okay, what do I do? Okay, that. Okay, I'll do it. So, that whole process, I'm thinking, should take about a month. Part of that is also just waiting, because like I like to release. I like to set release dates a couple weeks in advance of giving the song to the distributor, which is CD Baby. I'm using CD Baby. So I give the songs to CD Baby, and they send them to iTunes and Spotify and whatever else. So the reason that I give it a big window is to make sure they have time to put it on all those different sites, so that when I say it's coming out, you can go to whatever site you use and it will be there. So I like to give it plenty of window, and about 2 weeks. So, and then during that 2 weeks, I can work on other stuff, like getting promotion ready and doing stuff like that. So it's like absolute minimum 2 weeks. If like I finish the songs, boom, put them on and go. But I have to copyright too. That's the other thing. I have to do the copywriting, and that takes a while. So yeah, it'll probably be a month if I'm really. A month is pretty safe. I'll have to be pretty organized, but I don't have to like be perfect and rushing to get it done in a month for the release part. So let's try to get the music done this month. I got Christmas coming up, so this might be hard, but try to get it done this month. And then shoot. Got Christmas coming up, and I've got some other stuff. And I'm gonna do this, and then the other 2 songs. Finish those. This always takes longer than I think it's going to, but as far as that goes, the first song took me 3 years to do the whole thing. Second song took me like a year and a half. It's been a little over a year since that song came out, and I'm almost done with 3 songs. So the amount of time it takes me to make a song from beginning to end is just like shrinking and shrinking and shrinking dramatically. Praise the Lord. It's getting really, really so much faster. But I hate saying it's going to be done and then it's not done at that point, but I just don't know how to really mitigate that at this point. I don't know enough to say confidently that it'll come out at this time, which is why I keep setting deadlines and totally missing them. I could be more disciplined and get more work done, but even then there's just so much stuff that I don't think of. So until I get there and I'm like, oh, I have to deal with this. All that being said, I feel like we're pretty much done with this one. And hopefully with the other ones we can move quickly through those. Especially if I can keep doing this streaming thing. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to do every day this week, but minimum Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then if I can work on it for a couple hours a day, or up to like, if I could do this for like 6 or 8 hours a day, every day, we could for sure, I think, get the songs done this month. So maybe I should just shoot for that. But there's a lot of other stuff going on, so we'll see what we can do. But anyway, I wish I could give a direct time. At this point, I'm thinking probably February. Maybe I could put it out on my birthday. But yeah, so thank you for watching, going through this with me. I really like sharing what I do, whatever I do. It's kind of my personality. I like to do things with people. So having people watch this is really encouraging to me, and helps me focus too. So thank you for watching, and yeah, I mean, we're not giving up. You got that for sure. So Lord willing, we'll get this out however long it takes, but it shouldn't take that much longer. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Jesus loves you. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And yeah, be back again Wednesday, I guess. I'll try for tomorrow. I'm so out of it. I don't know how to wrap this up, even though I don't usually anyway. I feel like I've done better in the past. But that's where we're at. So it's time to end this. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah. Peace. Peace.